is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and yes, this time you don't get Honey MC, you get me. You get her for the next one, though, so don't worry about that. But this time I'm here, and today we are looking at the NECA Disney Gargoyles. This is the Demona Ultimate Action Figure, who is my personal favorite character from the series. So here she is, and here she is up against the previously looked at Hudson. If you have not checked out that review, definitely be sure to do that. It is really hard to have these two side by side with the massive wingspan, but regardless, here she is. And then if we go from the bottom of her weird feet to the top of her poofy, spiky kind of hair, she is about 7.5 inches, something like that. And if we do metric, that is, let's say, 19.5 centimeters. And then, of course, based off of the wingspan, we have to measure that as well. So from the end where her wing first starts to the end of where it ends, obviously, that's like 9.5 inches, give or take, or that translates to, let's say, 24.5 centimeters. So yeah, these things are massive, and it is very hard trying to have these, side by side and all of that, but regardless, here she is. And yeah, so Demona is my favorite character. She's also, I would say, my favorite Disney villain. Like, I know a lot of people, think of, I don't know, Hades or Cruella de Vil or Maleficent or that kind of thing. Now, Demona is my favorite Disney villain. And yeah, she looks really good. She looks really menacing and intimidating. I like the wash that's on her hair, how it's kind of got that red color to it. And then if you carefully, without knocking stuff over, flip it over to the back, you have like some dark wash around it to give it some volume and texture and all of that. The wings have a nice leathery look to them on the back. And then on the back in general, there's not really a whole lot. I mean, you can see her tail, which, yes, there is a wire in there, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, if you go back around to the front, she does have kind of a gold tiara. I don't know if that's a tiara or a headband or whatever that's supposed to be, but there is that. Then you do also have some earrings, which I think those are actually like small pieces of metal there, and they do look gold. I don't know if they actually are real pieces of gold, but they definitely look like they are real metal regardless. So there's that. And they do have a gold band around her arm here, so there is that. It looks good. And then you do have what I think is, again, another real band of gold here on the bottom here on her ankle. So there you go. And then just other texture details. You have kind of like this, I don't know what you would call it, like a burlap sack type thing. It's kind of tattered and all of that. Then you also have the same kind of thing down here. And then you have a nice leather belt. Obviously, that's not real leather, but it definitely looks the part. And then the wings, I do like the purple color that's on the inside. You get like black on the outside and then like a purple with like some black lines kind of around them there. And then, yeah, so she does have some nice dark blue finger and toenails. So there you go. And then other than that, that's about it. I mean, we'll talk about the alternate head later. So in terms of articulation, she has these wings, which do, they do have a swivel, so they can go up and down a little bit. They can also go in and out. So there you go. There is that. And then for the head, because of the wings and the massive head of hair that she has, she can't really look up or down all that much. I mean, she can look down a little bit, but looking up, that's about as far as you can get. And then you do get some attitude and a little bit of rotation. But yeah, that's about it. And then for the arms, they can go out pretty good. I'd say about that far. So that's about horizontal. You could theoretically move them all the way around if not for the wings, so they do kind of get in the way. You get a bicep swivel, as well as a double jointed elbow here, if you use both of the joints. So it's something like that, so you kind of get the idea there. So that's some decent enough range. And then you do get a swivel and a hinge for the wrist. For the torso, if we use that, she can go forward, or she can go back about that far, and forward a pretty good amount. And then you do get some swivel, some rotation, all of that kind of stuff, and that's about it. And then for the legs, they can go out pretty far, so that's good. And then they can go forward about like that, back about that. So I think that that's pretty good. You do get a, yeah, a little bit of a thigh swivel there, so there you go. She does have that. She does also have, interestingly for a NECA figure, she has a double jointed knee this time around. So there you go. If you use the joints there, have them working together, you can get some pretty good range with that. And then you do get a, you know, kind of a hinge type joint for the ankle, so it can go forward and back only a little bit. We do get some rotation there, you get a little bit of pivoting, and then she does also have a toe hinge, which can go, can't really move it a whole lot, but it is nice to have regardless. And then the last thing to talk about is the tail, because it does connect in a similar way to Hudson. There is a little bit of a pin there, so it can move up and down like this, but it does also have a wire in it, so you do get a little bit of other positioning with that. So there you go. That is about it in terms of articulation. And the accessories, I think the first thing I'll talk about is the alternate faceplate. I know I said alternate head earlier, but it's really an alternate faceplate. So what you can do is you can just take this off, and if you take it off, she does look really weird. That looks really weird. The first time I did that, I was like, whoa, that doesn't look right. But if you want to swap it out and not have her look super angry with her red eyes, they can give her kind of a menacing, you know, evil smile type thing, and you can just plug that into the thing, and then that's about it. So that is the head that she came with in the box. So there you go. I personally prefer the angry look, but yeah, this was actually my first ever figure that had faceplates. So that was kind of a surprise to me, but if any of you have had figures with faceplates, I'm sure that's nothing new to you. But it was new to me, so it might be new to you as well. But regardless, she does come with some hands here. She does have kind of an open hand, and then also a trigger finger hand, which obviously. But then she does have some other hands here. So we get kind of a fist type hand for both sides. Those look good. You do also get an open type hand for the right side, as well as more of a gripping hand for the left side there. So there you go. And then in terms of other accessories, she does come with her book, the Grimorum. So there you go. It looks good, looks accurate. It definitely looks like an old weathered book with some stuff here. And then you can kind of take this off, and then you can open it up just a little bit. But it kind of gives you the impression that, yeah, there are some, you know, pages and text in there. I just want to be careful because I don't want to break it. But yeah, so she does come with her book. And then she does also come with 2 guns. And so she comes with this one, which has some really nice design to it with, like, you know, like kind of a missile launcher type thing. They got like some, I don't know, like cables, wires, and all of that's kind of connecting like to this like I don't know if this is supposed to be metal and wood or like whatever this is, but it does look accurate enough to the weapon that she does have, and she can hold it. You can kind of get her to hold it a little something like, so if you like have her hand going around, I'm trying to remember how I got her to hold this, but yeah, I mean the box does have a good reference picture of how to do that. I should probably consult that. But yeah, regardless, she can hold on to that. Or if you want her to hold on to something else, you can give her this rocket launcher type thing. And it looks good. I like the exhaust thing. And then the sight on there. This reminds me of a Borderlands weapon. It really does. So there is that. I like how it has kind of a weathered look to it. Like you got some of the paint that's like chipped off to show the bare metal. And that I'm not talking about that in like a bad thing. I'm talking about NECA went the extra mile to add a little bit of extra detail to make it look like this thing has seen some action. So I like that. It doesn't shoot anything, but, you know, you can get her to hold on to that. And I think we should consult the box to figure out how she should hold it, because they did have a picture on there of that. So let's talk about the box. So here it is. It's the same kind of box as the Hudson figure, which is, you know, like fairly normal for a Gargoyles figure, but it is big for a NECA box. So get a picture of her there. It says Demona Ultimate Action Figure. Get a picture of her. Same kind of stuff. And then here is a little read up there of Gargoyles. And then you get some product images. So yes, you can kind of hold on to it like that. We'll try that out. And then you get some other figures. We've seen Hudson, but I do already have some of those other ones. We can check those out soon enough. Get a description of what is included. You get another product image. On the bottom is not a whole lot. On the top is some stuff. And then if we open this up, we do get a nice picture of Demona there. Then you get some more stuff here. So there is that. Not really a whole lot else. I will say, though, in case you are wondering, and you want to get a good deal on things, in case you're wondering where I got this, I found this online on a toy store, and you might have heard of it before, but it is called Nerdzoic. Okay, I'm going to do some promoting here because I'm very content with Nerdzoic. So they are a family-owned online toy company, and they specialize in action figures, and they know their stuff when it comes to action figures. Okay, they know what collectors are interested in, and they know what is considered good, what's considered bad, and yeah, so they have basically a little bit of everything in terms of their options, and you know what they have and that kind of thing, and then pricing, and they have so much stuff. And I am going to go out on a limb and say that if whatever you collect in terms of action figures and collectibles and that kind of thing, there is a good chance that they will have something that you like. And yeah, I definitely recommend checking them out. So yeah, that is where I found this figure. And if you are interested in something like that, you can definitely check out Nerdzoic. I would recommend them. But regardless, whether you check that out or not, I still would recommend this figure. And yeah, so there you go. I was able to get her to hold the weapon. There we go. I had to consult the picture again. But yeah, so regardless, that is Demona. If you like this figure, you like this review, you like NECA, you like Nerdzoic, you know, whatever it might be, do be sure to leave a like. You can let me know in the comments what you think of this figure, if you like it, if you don't like it, you know, whatever it might be. If you want to see more content like this, you can definitely subscribe. Honey MC will be back for the next one, whatever that one might be. So stay tuned for that. But other than all of that, I do hope that you enjoyed. I do hope that I'll see you all later.